Hello everybody, this is Stephen Howson and this is my Manchester United versus Burnley preview. A game that on the face of things shouldn't be that big a deal, shouldn't really be as important as it is, but it's become a massive fixture in Manchester United's season. And I think we need at least 7 points from the remaining, or from the next 3 league matches actually. This next 7-day period that we're about to enter, we need to be 7 points better off on the other side of it. Now, Manchester City are in FA Cup action this weekend. They're not going to be playing. That means that we can play our game in hand. We win that game in hand, which isn't technically this game tomorrow against Burnley, but this game is going to draw us level on games played. So let's get this game out of the way against Burnley. Let's get 3 points on the table, and then we are, I think, only 1 point off Manchester City going in to the Manchester derby. Now, I'm taking that 1000%. We've got the opportunity in our hands right now to be ahead of City come Friday morning. Who wouldn't have took that 2 months ago? Who wouldn't have took that in the midst of all these draws that we've been having, and when we've had every single fan base coming at us with their sixth bullshit? Who wouldn't have took jibbing into the top 4 like that? Because I know I would. And this is why I've always wanted us to keep some focus on the league. There is no margin for error in Europa. We was a goal away from going out on Thursday. 1 goal. 1 goal in injury time. 1 goal in the dying moments of that game. And we was out. That's it. Simple as that. Out. Laid. There is no margin for error whatsoever in the Europa League. There's very little margin for error in the league. And I'm not talking about United having to win every single match between now and the end of the season, because I don't think that's going to happen. Let's be realistic. I mean, it might. We've gone undefeated. We could go undefeated from now, carrying on till the end of the season, but I don't think we'll go undefeated for one. I think I can see us losing at least 1 game, but we can't be drawing tons of games either. We need to get those points on the board, and the way we're going to get those points on the board is by winning fucking football matches, and that's what we need to do. And I think that we're about to enter a period with it. It's going to be very interesting to see how Manchester United do without Zlatan Ibrahimovic. The injury is now starting to mount up for us. We've got Juan Mata out till the end of the season. By the sounds of it, Zlatan's out till the end of the season. Some people talking that he's out till the end of the year, but I don't know if that's people misinterpreting that he's out to the end of the season, or he is actually going to be out for the rest of the calendar year of 2017. Some people even saying that he might have to retire from it, which I think is a massive bit of conjecture. I don't think people really fully know what's going on yet. Marcus Rojo, also don't know. That's going to be a bit of a blow. He's had a great season this year. Really surprised everyone with the level of maturity in his performances. Came in real hot once he got back into the team at centre-half, but settled down into being a really reliable and dependable and quite sensible at times centre-half, forming a great partnership with Eric Bailly and with Tony Valencia at right back. We're 75% of the way of having a really good back 4. Now, Luke Shaw, it's in his hands. He's not quite grasped it with both hands yet, but I thought a decent performance from him on Thursday. I thought he probably deserves to keep his place. Now, let's talk about the lineup. Let's talk about how I expect this to go down. I do think we're probably going to see Big Dave back in net, and I reckon you're probably going to see a back 4, I think, of Tony Valencia, Luke Shaw, Bailly and Blind. I think there's too much on the line for Jose to throw in Tuanzebe or Fosu Mensah into this one, certainly at centre-half. Although I do think if he gambled, he wouldn't be disappointed. I just don't see him gambling with youth. It's not really what he's done all season. Now's not the time for him to start. I do think we're going to see some fluidity up front, and this is where Manchester United have to take the chances. Zlatan's been fantastic. He was my vote for player of the season due to the sheer number of goals that he scored a couple of weeks ago when we did the voting on Full-Time Devils. It was actually Tony. I was asked who I wanted, and I said Tony Valencia or Zlatan. And Jay had gone for Tony Valencia, so I was pretty much left with my choice of Zlatan. So I think he has been great. I think he's been a phenomenal signing for us, and I think he's been well worth the nothing that we paid for him, more than worth it. And you know, his astronomical wages, I think he's been worth it. I think he's really helped change a lot of the attitudes inside Manchester United and start to really build some confidence and build some winning mentality. And I'm massively in two minds about whether I would like him to be here next season or not. Whether or not I want him to be a part of the Manchester United for 2018. Whether or not I want him to be part of the side going forward. I don't think he's massively hindered the development of any of the players. I think he's the obvious first choice. I'm not sure either Rashford or Martial was absolutely nailed on to be starting every single match this season up front, or necessarily good enough to be starting every single match this season up front. And I think Zlatan has served a purpose. He's taken a lot of pressure off those lads, and I think he's done it and scored a great amount of goals for us. If he'd have took more chances, he would have been close to the 50 that he got scoring against farmers or so-called farmers in the French league, which is wonderful for him at his age. But I'm torn. If he is out till January, is it worth us signing him again just for him to get fit and then bugger off again at the end of next season? Or is it maybe a fitting tribute to a player that's had a wonderful career to finally play in the Champions League for Manchester United? And who knows, with Jose Mourinho and some of the players that we're getting and probably going to sign, United might have a very real chance at getting into the last, 4 or 8 in the Champions League next year. And honestly, it's a lottery once it gets to that level. The best team doesn't always win. And if you're in the mixer, if you're in the quarters or in the semis, you've got a very real chance of progressing to the final. And then it's potluck, isn't it? So I wouldn't be putting money on United should we make the Champions League to win it next year. But stranger things have absolutely happened. So I think tomorrow you're going to see a little bit of a look in as how we could be lining up, or what sort of fashion we could be lining up in next season. I want to see Mkhitaryan, I want to see Rashford, and I want to see Martial, which means that if it's them three, then we're going to have to go with 3 in the middle. And I think the best midfield 3 that we've had, and the best midfield that we've had all season, is Pogba, Herrera and Carrick. Whether or not Jose Mourinho has got the stones to go with a 4-3-3 tomorrow, I'm not sure. I think he may go with a 4-2-3-1. I'd like to see him go with a 4-3-3. I think there's a bit of space there that can open up, and there's a lot of pace in that final third and potentially a lot of movement. But I think he's really liking Jesse Lingard at the moment, so I think he might play Jesse Lingard, which means that one of the players is getting sacrificed, which means it's probably going to be Carrick. I think he'd probably go with Herrera and Pogba, and then a 3-1 up front with Mkhitaryan or possibly Lingard in the middle, and maybe utilise the Lingard and Rashford link-up that we saw work so well against Chelsea. I go in with a bit of confidence that even though Burnley's such a difficult place to go to, I think United know this is a massive game for us and a massive opportunity. If we come away with 3 points tomorrow, I think that's the more difficult of the games outside of City. I think Swansea's a lot more winnable, and I think that's a place that we can get 3 points next weekend. And I'm actually really confident of going and getting 3 points against City. I'll probably take a draw, to be honest, but it'd be fucking brilliant to go and take the points directly off them, drop them out of the league, get ahead of them, and then it's on us then, isn't it? All we've got to do is just keep our head above theirs. That's it. It's in our hands. It's not been in our hands all season, and it could be in our hands come Friday fucking morning, and that excites me. That really excites me. Score prediction wise, tomorrow I see it being scrappy. I see it being like a 1-0, maybe a 2-1. I can see them scoring, even though that's the big thing that they've struggled with. I can see them scoring. I can see loads of paper talk and loads of people going on about Tommy and Michael Keane, and for some reason why now it's the most fucking fashionable thing in the world for United to want to be signing players that we've let go back again. But then for me, that's another feather in the cap of the Manchester United Academy. There's tons of players around the league, some winning it last year in Simpson and Drinkwater, and you've got Bardsley, and you've got Welbeck, and you've got all of these footballers that came through the Manchester United Academy. The academy that everyone writes off and says he's struggling. Well, do you know what? All those players are really wanted now around Europe and around the Premier League, and that for me is a nice shot in the arm now for Manchester United, a real big bonus for the work that our academy has done and continues to do. Right, this is a sponsored video as well, so we've got a new sponsor for this video and for the derby, so come and check this out. This is Premier Punt. This is a fantasy football app where you can challenge your mates and you can challenge me. If you go and find me on there, or you can check me out on Twitter, I'll put the link and the code that you need in the description below. You can come and play against me, and how it works is this. You sign up and then you select 6 players from one fixture. Tomorrow I'm using the Burnley and Manchester United fixture, but if you're too late and you're watching this a little bit too close to the match, don't worry about it. You can still challenge me, and I'm going to set mine up on Monday for Thursday's game. So you've got 4 days to challenge me on that one. And what you do is you pick 6 players. I've gone for Heaton and Keane on the Burnley side of things, and then I've gone for all the exciting players there from Manchester United. These are the ones that I think are going to get points. It's just the traditional sort of things where you score, you do a load of passes, you get booked, you get penalised, you know, the usual sort of point scoring, but it's just on 6 players, so it's pretty cool. It's something new. Check it out and let me know what you think about the app as well, or on Twitter or in the comments below, and let us know what you think, because this might be a regular sponsor going forward. We've got them for the Manchester City game as well, so that video is going to go up nice and early, and I'll let you know on Twitter what the code is to come and challenge me. It's £2, winner takes all pot, so come and have a go if you think you've got the techers to beat me, and we'll find out, won't we? So let me know your score predictions in the comments below. Have a quick look at that Premier Punt. I think it is UK only, but give it a whirl if you're based abroad or anything like that, and let me know what you think here or on Twitter. Thank you for watching. I'm sure you'll see me tomorrow on Full-Time Devils as United take on Burnley. I am definitely looking forward to this one. This is I can't even describe how much of an opportunity it feels like for Manchester United to really put it on City now, because I think that this Guardiola team doesn't cope with pressure very well, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how we can turn the screw on them a little bit. Like I said, 3 points against Burnley tomorrow is an absolute must, and then we go to the Etihad, and I actually go to the Etihad there with a little bit of confidence if we get the 3 points, and I think we'll do them. 2 wins on the bounce there from United, and I feel good. These bigger games, yeah, I think so, you know. I think we're going to have them. City don't have that plan B, and if we play a similar way to the way we played against Chelsea, I think we get about them, we put a lot of pressure on them, and I think Manchester United take the 3 points, and I can't wait to shut those fucking bitters up. So like I said, anyway, download Premier Punt. The link is in the description below, or just go and search out there on iTunes or iOS. Get any of your comments and questions and queries in below. And let's hope for 3 points tomorrow. Laters.